tower defense simulator. So, as you can see, my current loadout right now is a loadout that I've been using for a current strategy right now. I have Golden Mini, I have a Crook Boss, I have a Farm, I have a Commander, and I have a Sniper. So, the bad thing about having a strategy in this game, right, is that it's not gonna last forever. You know, like some of these towers that I have right now, this could get nerfed. The commander has already been nerfed. I think they nerfed it this month, April, and the sniper has just recently gotten a buff. I think it was buffed last month, if I'm not mistaken. And that is one of the biggest gripes I have with this game as of right now, is that what you have right now may not be what you have in the next like 2 months or so. Um, let's go to inventory. So I have virtually every single tower in this game that you can buy. I have Executioner, Accelerator, Toxic Gunner, Electroshocker, Pursuit, Ace Pilot, Swarmer, Scout, Shotgunner, Sniper, Soldier, Rocketeer, Pyromancer, Paintballer, Ranger, Medic, Military Base, Minigunner, Mortar, Militant, Hunter, Archer, Frost Blaster, DJ Booth, Demo Man, Farm, Freezer, Crook Boss, Cowboy, Commander, and Turret. So, there are some exclusive ones that I am missing, like Gladiator and, some others, but I do have some good ones right now. Um, me not having those exclusive ones don't really stop me from, pulling a team or winning, because from what I've been told, Frost Blaster is a pretty rare one. Toxic Gunner is a very rare one, from what I've heard. And I feel like eventually Executioner might be that way as well. And plus I have, Accelerator, which is a very overpowered tower. If you know how to like integrate it into your strategy, which I couldn't with mine, but I'm sure that if I played enough with different towers, I could probably make a strategy around Accelerator. But yeah, I have pretty much all the ones that matter. Um, you have people that think that Executioner is better than Gladiator in terms of damage, in terms of just being able to like hit the target, because this is a ranged tower. It's not a slashing tower, and it has splash damage, which not a lot of these have. Um, I'm just trying to sit here and think. So Mortar has splash damage. Rocketeer, I think, has splash damage. I know Pyromancer does. Where's he at? Demo Man might be another splash damage. Oh, it's weird. Where? Let me see. Let me see. Oh well, I can't find him right now. But anyway, it does. Yeah, it does have splash damage. It can hit like upwards to like. I personally have seen it hit upwards to like 3 to 4 towers. if you place it at the end of a road that is going straight, it can throw and it can hit, 2 to 3 towers, but it might take out two in the front. So, yeah. And I have Archer. That was this was a Christmas. Yeah, so this is an exclusive tower. This doesn't say that it's an exclusive tower. This doesn't. This is an exclusive, and it doesn't even say that it's an exclusive tower. So yeah, so this was from the Christmas event a couple of years ago. I think 2019, if I'm not mistaken. I think it's 2019. Let me go to crate. Yeah, so Christmas of 2019 is when I got it, or it might have been 2018. But anyways, that's not really important. So yeah, so I was going through and trying to find. So yeah, as you can see here, I've purchased every single one of these. I don't think I purchased Pursuit, but there are some of these that says, purchased, but really you earned it by doing enough, getting enough points for it and stuff. So it's not like I went to the bottom of the game page and, bought all of these when they came out. Some of these I did legitimately earn, like Accelerator. I legitimately earned Accelerator, which was not easy to do. I have Frost Blaster 2, which is rare as well. Yeah, right here, Frost Blaster. This can be, at the time of when it came out, it was OP. I don't know about now. I haven't used it in a while. But Electroshocker. So kind of going through the history of towers that used to be very overpowered and got nerfed. This is one of them. The Electroshocker, when it first came out, and I'm pretty sure I bought it the first day it came out. This was very overpowered. So the way that the old setup for it used to be was that you could only have two of these per game, which, at the time was unheard of because, you can literally spam golden minigunners if you want to. You can literally spam, militants. You can literally spam medics and, all these other, like, very strong towers. But to have, and, even crook balls, you can have upwards of 4 crook bosses. And you can spam, cowboys and stuff. This is an exclusive as well. You have to beat Badlands to get it. But Electroshocker back in the day was like so expensive to use, and it was extremely overpowered. I think let me just try and find this map right quick. But if you know the map where it has the castle, and it's I'm pretty sure it's an insane difficulty map, but it's a castle, and I forget the name of it. I'm gonna try and find it. But anyways, the first time I beat that map, which it's insane. I used the Electroshocker when it first came out, and the way, kind of going back to what I was saying, the old layout of the Electroshocker was that you could have only two, and it was very expensive to like upgrade. Like I remember like going into like molten games and still not even being able to like fully upgrade it. But I think the general strategy I used for that castle map was that I had farms and stuff, and let me see, this one right here, Winter Stronghold. I beat Winter Stronghold using the Electroshocker. Um, so yeah, I'm pretty sure I had farms, and I was able to fully upgrade both of them. And at the time, if you fully upgraded the Electroshocker, it would have like a giant Tesla tower, and like this used to have splash damage. I don't know if it does now, but it used to have splash damage, and it would hit like 4 or 5 enemies at once. And when you had it fully upgraded, I mean, it was just taking towers out, just like that. And you don't, and it's kind of sad because you don't really see anybody using it anymore. Um, the only time you see anybody use it is if like they bought it and they're new to the game, and they're just testing the waters with different towers. They're like, oh well, maybe I'll use Scout, and maybe I'll use Electroshocker. Their tower combinations don't really have a rhyme or reason for why they have them. Like me, for example. I use everything here. I use all 5 towers right here at some point. Every single game, I use all of these, so I do have a rhyme or reason for why I have what I have. But basically, what I'm saying is the only people I've seen with Electroshocker are newbies that just bought it and they want to try it out. Other than that, I have not seen a professional player use Electroshocker. I have not seen, a VIP use Electroshocker, but I'm hoping they do something about it soon. Um, Pretty much all they had to do to fix it, to make it a tower that people would want to use, is to just, bring the price down a little bit. They didn't have to, they didn't have to necessarily nerf it, I don't think, because now nobody uses it. Um, and now people who try it out are going to be like, oh, well, this tower sucks, I'm not going to use it anymore. Which is the reason I don't use a lot of these now. The Archer used to be a very overpowered tower. So anyone who's like experienced with using executioners, that you put executioners at the end of a road, at like the corner of a road. And you did about the same thing with archers. You would put them at the end of the road, and you would have like 4 at the end of that road, and a fully powered up archer was very OP back in the day, back in 2019, and maybe early 2020. I don't think they nerfed it yet by early 2020, but yeah, this is another tower that just got nerfed to oblivion, and now nobody uses it. So another tower that got nerfed and that you don't really see a lot of people using anymore is the Pursuit. You don't see hardly anyone use Pursuit anymore. Um, I think it got nerfed maybe once or twice in the past, and I mean, back in the day when Pursuit had just come out, no one was using Ace Pilot. I forget when exactly Pursuit came out, but around the time of when Ace Pilot came out, everyone was just kind of disappointed with it. They were like, "Oh, this is our first aerial tower," and I think one of the largest problems with it was that at the time no one knew how to use Ace Pilot. It was a brand new concept, and people were just placing it in bad places, and to them it was underperforming. And they said, well, the bombs are random, and because that is something that it used to do back in the day, that Ace Pilot would just randomly drop bombs, and you didn't know if it was going to hit a cluster of zombies or if it was just going to, drop a bomb right in front of them and miss them completely, or, stuff like that. The only reason you would use Ace Pilot back in the day was for the gun. The gun was and still is very overpowered, and that's where Pursuit came in. Um, so I think the moderation team and the developers, they kind of came together and they said, "Hey, people are kind of disappointed by the Ace Pilot. We need to have a better aerial tower." So they came out with the Pursuit, and the Pursuit was almost in every way superior to the Ace Pilot back in the day. Um, you would hardly ever, like, to put it into perspective. The only people you would see use Ace Pilot when Pursuit came out were noobs. Kind of the same situation with, like I was talking about with Electroshocker. They just got Ace Pilot and they wanted to try it out. That's the only reason they were using it. But, you were seeing everybody use Pursuit back in the day. Um, like, this is before even VIPs existed. Before they had, like the colored name tag and, stuff like that. Um, which, being a VIP doesn't mean that you're good at the game, but it can be a signifier that you have experience. Like me, I have 193 successful games and two versus matches. So I've been playing this for a while, but Pursuit was, great at the time. The It would shoot enemies when it needed to shoot them. It would shoot rockets when it needed to shoot rockets, and at the time, the targeting was very good. The Pursuit at the time had some of the best targeting as well, and a fully upgraded Pursuit was like the equivalent of a fully upgraded minigunner at the time, and people loved it. But after a few months, and I used to main Pursuit. I was one of those people who would just spam Pursuit, on the map, and you would win every single time. It was just that simple. But over time, uh, I hadn't played for a while, and I kind of got word that they had nerfed Pursuit. Um, During the first time it happened, I'm pretty sure I was still playing the first time it happened. But the second time it happened, I hadn't played in a couple of months. And I was very disappointed to hear that. And sure enough, by the time I got back into playing Tower Defense Simulator, no one was using it anymore. And that was pretty sad. That was one of my favorite towers. So, to kind of talk about the April update, I've been keeping in contact with the news on this game for the past month. Um, so, we just had a recent update this month in April, and they just announced the engineer, and by this point in time, the engineer has not come out yet. The engineer is scheduled for another update that they're going to be having in April, probably Easter Day, which is tomorrow, or probably later on in the month, because they said that it's going to be a spring update. And obviously, June and July are not spring, that's summer. So, you know, we can only hope for it either in April of this month or May of next month. But we are expecting an update, and when that update happens, the engineer will be an available tower. But to kind of cover things that have already happened, so whether you guys noticed or not, they have greatly improved the targeting for towers. I've noticed that towers that used to have relatively bad targeting, like John, for example, or should I say Militant, um, which they just recently updated the Militant as well. Um, so there was this phenomenon back in the day where towers kind of going at a diagonal angle, or like, you have a tower on a corner, and these towers are like turning that corner. The Militant, or these towers would be shooting from a very awkward angle, and sometimes the shots would miss, and you get that a lot with the range towers like the Executioner and the Archer, which is why you had to place them in very specific places, because if they're shooting the enemy in the back, it's just going to be harder to hit the enemy than hitting the enemy from the front. So you had some very weird stuff like that, and I've seen videos of videos that the developers had come out with, and they've greatly improved the targeting for all towers across the board, which is great. That's perfect. And ever since this update had happened, I haven't seen any towers miss their shots. I might be wrong on that. Uh, you might be somebody who's still using Archer in 2022. Or you might be somebody, who has Executioner in their lineup, and you can tell me, well, no, they still miss their shots, but not as much as before. Okay, perfect. But as far as, like Militant and Crook Boss, snipers used to be very bad at missing their shots. Especially for fast moving towers, or fast moving zombies, I should say. They used to be very bad at missing their shots, and sometimes it would take them 2 shots. Oops, I just unequipped it by accident. Let me check skins. Okay, red, whatever. But what does it mean unequip? Okay, there we go. So yeah, so snipers, it used to take them like 2 or 3 shots to hit a fast moving target, and now it only takes 1, and that is a super mega improvement on that part. And the next update they did was the Militant. The Militant, formerly known as John, for whatever reason, the Militant was given an animation to run out of ammunition and reload their gun. Nobody really understood why they did this. I didn't even really understand it, and for a while, for a couple of months, it kind of made the Militant useless. They said, well, we have towers now that are stronger than the Militant. The Militant wastes time, reloading it. I can see what they were going for because they wanted an overpowered tower that had a specific nerf. Like, oh, well, the Militant's strong, but it has to reload and it runs out of ammo. But, being pragmatic about it, it was just kind of awkward having the Militant be the only tower out of all of these, including the exclusive towers, to be the only one that has to reload its weapon. And that really deterred people from ever using it again. Well, just recently, within this first update in April of 2022, they have gotten rid of the reloading animation, and now the Militant does not have to reload now. And I've already noticed people start using Militant again just because of that. And that's good news, And I might start using it again as well if my lineup gets affected by anything. But they haven't really done anything to Crook Boss other than maybe advance it. I haven't really had a reason to get rid of my golden minigunner or the Crook Boss. I mean, as of right now, unless they do something with the sniper, which I don't think they will because the sniper just got a buff. Unless they do something with the sniper and they nerf the sniper, that might be when I start using the Militant again. It's not that I don't want to, it's just that I don't have to right now. And I feel like a lot of people are in the same boat. But, my old lineup used to be Golden Minigunner, Military Base, Soldier, wherever the Soldier is, and I think Cowboy. Just kind of a weird lineup. I had no supporting towers like farms or, well, technically, I guess you can call Cowboy a supporting tower because it gives you money. And I guess that's why I didn't have a farm to begin with, because I was using Cowboys as the farm. But I kind of hope they don't nerf the Cowboy, because you still have a lot of people wanting the Cowboy. You have, these kids that join and they're, oh, well, this is a rare tower that I have a good chance of getting. And even now, I mean, you see a ton of people just lined up at this mega server waiting for Badlands, and there it is right now. But you'll just have 6 or 12 people lined up at this mega server waiting for Badlands. And honestly, it's just kids wanting to be carried, honestly. I used to do that for some of my friends as well. I would say, hey, play this game called TDS. I'll help you get Outlaw, or not Outlaw, I'll help you get the Cowboy, because as long as you beat Badlands, you can get the Cowboy. And I would say, that would be a very good starting out tower for you, as well as Soldier. And that's another thing too. Soldier just recently got a buff as well. It wasn't in April, but this happened within 2022, and they effectively made Soldier a popular tower again. Not so much out of necessity, because obviously Soldier is like the first tower you get when you start playing the game, but they've made it popular in a popular sense, to where it's not just beginners using soldiers now, it's a lot of other people as well. So, you kind of have this trade-off of well, some things have gotten nerfed, but in that same respect, you've gotten a lot of things that have been improved. We got the Militant back. We can use soldiers now. I've legitimately seen people spam soldier and get to like round 38 or 39 just doing that alone. And then they sell all of them, and then they spam minigunner. What else? What else? What else? I can't really think of anything else, but I think I've pretty much covered everything that has happened within the update of April. Besides the fact that they have some new maps now. They have one called Grassy Inlands, I think, or yeah. So that was a new one. The Sacred Mountains, whatever that was. That is one of the new maps. And if I'm not mistaken, I think there was only two. Lay-by is a relatively new map. It wasn't added in April, but it was added in 2022. I always got this one confused with One Way. That other map that is like on a bridge. Wrecked Battlefield. I've played this one before. Wrecked Battlefield. That is a very hard map, but I have beat it before. Um, Crystal Cave is the other new one. I'm not sure if Crystal Cave came out in April. It might have came out last month or maybe the month before. But there's another one that I'm looking for, and it's called like Grassy Inlands or something like that. But I just made a video on it that will be posted before this video, so it's no big deal if I can't remember the name, because you guys would have already have seen it in my strategy video. Yeah, Dead Ahead. I always got that's the map I always got that other map confused with. Dead Ahead and Lay-by. Those two maps are very similar. And if I'm not mistaken, I think they're both hardcore. But I think I've covered everything. I think I've covered everything in April. If there is another major update, I might make a video on that. I might make another video when the Engineer is released and kind of talk about that game update, because it's not every day we get a new tower on this game. I can't really remember the last recent one we got. Was it well, I think the most recent one was Executioner. But before Executioner, it was a while before we got a new one. And I made sure to immediately get this one, just to say I have it. but yeah,